हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, canto 10, chapter 55, verse number 37. So we read how Sri Pradyumna arrived in Dwarka after killing Sambarasura, and when he reached there, he was first mistaken to be Krishna, but then they realized that he is actually the lost son. So then they were very happy that whom they thought is lost or dead is alive, and he has come back with a nice wife. So tachrutva mahadascharyam krishnantah purayoshitah abhyanandan bahunabdan nashtam mritam ivagatam. So after hearing this story of his life, then the ladies in the inner quarters, they were astonished, mahadascharyam, because Narada Muni came and told the whole story. And they greeted Pradyumna, who had come after many years. It was just like a dead person comes back to life. Devaki vasudevascha Krishna Ramau tatha striyah dampati tau parishvajya rukmani cha yayurmada. And Devaki and Vasudev, means his grandfather and grandmother, they also came, and also Krishna and Balram, and other ladies. So they all embraced the couple, Pradyumna and Rati, and Rukmani especially became very happy. Nashtam Pradyumna Ayatam Dwarkokasah Ahomritam Iva Ayato Balo Dishtyati Abruvan. So when the residents of Dwarka, they heard that the boy who was lost, he has come back, they were all very happy, and in their surprise they said, "Oh, the boy has come back from death by good fortune." This is how they talked. Yam vai mumuhu pitri sarupa nijesha bhavas tanmataro yada bhajan raha ruda bhavaha chitram na tatkhalu ramaspada bimba bimbe kame smarekshi vishaye kimutanya naryaha. So he's again describing that how Pradyumna was exactly like his father, like a true copy of the father. So the ladies, they would remember Krishna, means the wives of Krishna, when they saw him, they will remember Krishna. Yam vai mumuhun pitri sarupa nija isha bhava tan mataro yada bhajan. So the wives of Krishna, who are like mothers of Pradyumna, because of the similarity between Pradyumna and Krishna, they will remember Nija Isha Bhava. Isha here means Krishna, their husband. So they will remember. And Raharuda Bhava, and they will have their loving remembrance towards Krishna. Chitram na tat khalu ramaspad bimba bimbe kame smare akshi vishaye kimutanya narya. And this is not very surprising. Why? Because he was Ramaspad Bimba Bimba. So Rama is Rukmani and Aspad is Krishna and Bimba is body, and he is similar to the body of Krishna. But he is also Kamadev and Smarayakshi Vishayakimata. So he will remind them of their husband, and thus they will be in that state of bewilderment by seeing his beauty. And then what to speak of other ladies? If the mothers will fall into this kind of mood, then certainly the others will also. So there is this commentary on the last verse. Pradyumnasya saundaryam varnayati. So Sukdev is describing the beauty of Pradyumna. Yam muhur vilokya pitri sarupat pituhu Shri Krishnasya saman saundaryad. So by seeing him, and they will look at him again and again, is he Krishna or is he Pradyumna? So he was so much similar. So he had beauty just like his father, that is Sri Krishna. Hetor nijeshasya Sri Krishnasya bhavo bhavana. And because of that, they will remember their husband Sri Krishna. They will have bhava or memory or thought about Krishna. Katham tu anena sampraptam sarupyam sangdhanvanah akrityave vaityadi chintanam yasamta. So as it was said earlier, that how is that he has attained such a similarity, resemblance to Krishna by his body, appearance, limbs. Ityadi chintanam yasham tan matra. So they will have thoughts like this, who are like her mothers. But he says that although the word matara, which means mothers, plural mataro matara, But he says, Matara says that it is used in plural for Rukmani only. Sri Rukmani eva Gauravena Bhuttam. So according to him, the plural is only for Rukmani. Other, out of respect. Why is that? He says, Tadanta Purahe Krishna Patni Nam Anyasam Agamanam Ayogat. Because each queen had their own quarters. So they are not running around here and there. Everyone, and queens don't go like that. They don't move just like an ordinary person. So therefore other queens would not come inside the quarters of Rukmani. So how is that they will come and speak like this, or they will say him? So therefore he says that it simply refers to Rukmani only. Raho rahasi tat paricayat purvameva rudha udbhuto bhava vatsalyamai priti. So therefore this rudha bhava which is described here is nothing but vatsalya priti, the parental affection towards Pradyumna of Rukmani. Ta yaduktam amusmin priti radhika. Because already it was said that even before Rukmani was told that this is your son, she was already having feelings and her breast milk was flowing. This was said. So that is the meaning of Rudha Bhava, that she will have very intense feelings of parental love or motherly affection towards him. Tadacha saeva bhave nunam vamas purati me bhuja. And also her left side of her body, the limbs, they were quivering when she saw Pradyumna. Ite nishchayante sandehe sati yat abhajan gatra avlokan mastaka grahana pani talkarana gatra marjanadi anuvrittir akurvan. And then when she was told that he is actually your son by Narada, then she embraced him. So she smelled her head, took his hand in her hand and stroked her body. In this way, out of love, she did that. Tattasam matrinam tasmin pradyumnena chitram. So this kind of behavior of Rukmani in Pradyumna is not surprising. Why? Because he was so much like Krishna. Kidrishe ramaspadam sarva sobha niketanam yadbimbam Sri Krishna gatram. So ramaspadam means, is taking Rama here to mean as beauty, means who is the source of all beauty or seat of beauty. Aspad means seat. And that bimba, that form, is Sri Krishna gatram, the body of Sri Krishna. Tasya bimbe, and his bimba, Ramaspad bimba, bimba means reflection. Pratibimba rupe, tatha bhutasya anyasya tribhavane api abhavadeva. So there was no one else in the three world like him. Tasya Krishna putratva nishayat tatha bhutas svanubhavacha iti bhava. So it was now ascertained, because he is son of Krishna, because he also remembers. And this was also the experience of Rukmani, her inner feelings that he is my son. Kinchatan matrinameva tasmin stadrisho bhavo natu anyasam ityaha. So he says that only the mothers like Rukmani had such feelings towards Pradyumna, but not others. Kame smare smarati asmaditi smara tam kanta smarana hetor yasya. So Kame smare. So Kamdev is also called Smara. Smara means, it comes from Smri Dhatu, like Smarana, because he reminds. So here he says that because he reminds of the lover. Parokshatvepi kamod bhavakatvam tasmin akshi vishetu sati utaiti tatha. So kama, when it manifests in the mind then also you think of your lover. The husband may think of the wife, wife of the husband. What to speak when he is standing right in front in the bodily appearance. Anya narya kim tatha bhavitum shaknuvanti apitu naiva. So he takes the meaning of the word kimut narya, anya narya. That so this kimut can be taken in two ways. Then what to speak of others, or kimut can be taken in the sense that it is not possible for them. So that's how he is taking that. Kimut means, is it possible for others? And he says, no. Uta, kim uta, uta is taking in the sense of tatha. Uta iti tatha iti artha. Kim tatha means like that, is it possible for other women? And he says, no, apitu naiva. Yatak shobhameva prapnuvanti. Why? Because they only get agitated in their mind. It does not remind them of Krishna like the wives of Krishna remember Krishna by seeing him. So that is not the case with other ladies. So this is the end of this chapter, which described birth of Pradyumna and killing of Sambarasura. Iti sarartha darshinyam haršinyam bhakta chetasam pancha panchashattamoyam dasme ajani sangataha. So this brings an end to the commentary Sarartha Darshini on 55th chapter, 10th canto.
I have a question on this story here. I'm wondering whether this is not Rasa Virodha, this story of Rati with Pradyumna for knowers of Rasa. To hear that Rati is probably at least 20 years older than her lover, and also that she nurtured him, but always had this amorous affection for the baby because she knew that this is her husband or her eternal husband, right? That this is Kamadev now appearing in this baby, and seeing him as her lost husband, but still being the one who nurtures this baby and make it grow up. And also Rukmini ji then said, when she saw him, that my lost son, he would now be at the age of him. So therefore it appears to me that he did not magically grow in just a few days, and they didn't have this, mother-son kind of relationship, but they must have been together for quite some time. And so that, this just sounds a little bit strange. Could you maybe explain how to see it? Maybe it is that these devas, they don't age, and her body is not, there is no age difference therefore visible, or I don't know, but still this kind of relationship between the son and the mother, this sounds unusual.
No, this will be Rasa-bhas if she was thinking of him as son. But that's not what she thought. She knew that. That's what Narada has told her, that this is what you prayed for. You did tapasya, that your husband should get a body, so now this is the one. So she was not treating him as son, but as husband. So wife can also treat the husband. If the husband falls sick, she can also nurture him. But that doesn't mean that she is nurturing him like as if she is the mother. She may nurture like mother, but she does not think that this is my son. Rasa-bhas will happen then. So she knew from the very beginning, because Narada went and told that now your wish is fulfilled, which Shiva has also told, that you go and that's how your husband will come. So therefore there is no problem. And the age difference you can say, but what is the age difference when she knows that he is my husband, he just was killed, now he is coming up again. So she did not look, once he became young, she was not looking older than him, because there was Tridasa Devalaya. So they're called Tridasha. That means they don't go beyond the third stage.
Okay, so they are eternally youthful in their bodies, and
Otherwise,
therefore
what is the use of becoming
no problem.
Deva? You have to become old, then become human being.
All right, and having this as a basis in mind, then there is no disturbance in the audience who knows about rasa, yeah? Okay.
Tridiva Tridasalaya. Okay. So, chapter 56. Nice story coming up now. Now comes how people are in the material world. Material people. It's little bit of psychology of human being comes. Actual psychology. There is a transcendental psychology and there is a material psychology. So Syamantak Mani, famous story. So Shri Shuka Uvacha Satrajitah Swatanayam Krishnaya Kritkil Vishaha Syamantakena Manina Swayam Udyamya Dattavan. So Sukadeva Goswami is jumping to another story. So he says that Satrajit, he gave his daughter, that is Satyabhama, to Krishna. Why? Because he had offended Krishna. So therefore he gave his daughter Swatanaya and also the Syamantak Mani Swam Udyamya Dattavan. So by his own will he gave to Krishna. So Shatpanchashat Tame Labdha Kalanko Gan Manihaya Labhe Jambavanta Kanyam Krishna Satrajitas Tatha. So in this 56th chapter there is a description how Krishna, he got some blemish on his character or some criticism came to him. So then he wanted to clear it and therefore he has to fight with Jambavan and then got his daughter Jambavati and also Satrajit's daughter. So Satrajita iti akarantah kvachit takarantasya drashtavya. Satrajitah and Satrajit, both words are found. So he says that's all in the comment. There is not much comment on these slokas. So Sri Raja Uvacha, naturally when he said like this, the king is asking a question. Satrajitah kim akarod brahman krishnasya kilbisham samantakah kutastasya kasmad datta suta harehe. So king asked that what is the offense which Satrajit do to Krishna? And why is that he dared to do an offense to Krishna? And from where did he get this Samantak gem? And why did he give his daughter to Krishna? So Datta Suta Hare. So Hare is in 6th case. Should be in 4th case. When you give something to somebody, then you use 4th case. So Datta Haraye, Datta Suta Haraye. So why Hare? So he says because he was not very willing to give. But he created an offense, so therefore he decided to do it. Sri Shuka Vacha. So Sri Sukdev Goswami describes the nice story. Asit Satrajita Suryo Bhaktastasya Paramah Sakha Pritastasmai Manim Pradat Suryastushtasya Mantakam. So he says there was this person, Satrajita, and he was a great devotee of sun god, Surya Devata. In India, many people worship Surya, sun worship. Sun worship, fire worship is common. So the sun was also not only the worshipable of Satrajit, but also very friendly to him. He was like his Sakha. So out of happiness, he gave him his money pradat, because he was very much satisfied, and this money was called Syamantak. Because Satrajita was worshipping Surya, doing many pujas, etc. So sun god appeared to him. He came. But when he came, sun god was having this gem in his neck and it was very effulgent. So he only saw a mass of light and could not recognize who is this person. So then he looked at him and, who are you? So then he removed his gem and put it to the side. And when the gem was removed, then he could see him. So then he was very much attracted to this gem. He said, can I have this? So son said, okay, you can have it. That's how I got the Samantak. So he was very happy. Satam bibhran manim kanthe bhrajamano yatha ravihi pravishto dwarakam rajante sa mushta drishtayah. So he put the gem in his neck, and then he was shining like sun god. He himself was so brilliant because of the gem. And then when he wandered in Dwaraka, people confused him. They thought, who is this? Who is this? Because they could not really see that he is Satrajit. The eyes were blinded. So therefore it says Mushta Drishtaya. Mushta Drishtaya means that they were not able to clearly, just like if there is a bright light, you cannot open your eyes directly to it. Like it. So that's how brilliant he appeared. So Bhaktasya Satrajitaha Surya Swami api Prita Sakha Priya Sakha asit. So although Satrajita was devotee of Surya, but he was also very dear to him, and Surya treated him like a friend. No plakshita Satrajito asau iti avigyata. So here the reading they have is Mushta Drishtaya, but another reading is no plakshita. That's how he is commenting. So means they were not able to recognize him, that is the meaning. So in case meaning is same. If you say Mushta Drishta means they were unable to open their eyes. If you say no plakshita, they are unable to recognize, obviously, because they cannot see him clearly. So then everybody was thinking, who is this person? Tam vilokya jana durat tejasa mushta drishtayah divyate akshair bhagavate sasamshu surya sankitaha. So when they saw him from far and they could not open their eyes and recognize who is he, so they went to Krishna, who was playing match of dice. Aksha means dice. Like Yudhishthira played with Duryodhana. So chess was also played by kings in the olden days. Chess was invented in India. That's why you have elephants. There are no elephants outside. And African people don't play chess. So camel, horse, elephant, where do you find them in India? So the reason for this was that if you see chess, it is king, queen, then rook, right? Horses, elephant, and then there pawn. So basically it is Chaturangani Sena. The Indian army has elephants, has horses. Instead of chariot you have camel. And then you have infantry. And they are trying to get the queen. And although king is supposed to be the most powerful person, but who is most powerful in the chess? Queen. Because she can go anywhere, right? Not the king. So people don't know this, that in India the queen was the most powerful. So this game was devised so that when kings are not fighting, they don't forget how to fight. So they can apply their strategy and keep it alive. That's why this game was played in India. So Divyate Akshayir Bhagavate, Krishna was also playing. So he was playing with his queens. Queens also used to play. That's why they have to make the queen all powerful, otherwise she will freak out. So what is this? So queens will play also chess. So they thought that this is sun god, this person. Because when Krishna was there, Devatas were also coming to have his darshan. It was known to the residents, so they also thought like that. So therefore they came and reported to him. So Dyut Kridavishtam Bhagavantam Nam Kirtanair. So Narayana Namastestu Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Damodara Vindaksha Govinda Yadunandana. So they approached and they are doing his Nam Kirtan. Narayana Namastestu. We bow down to you. Shankara Chakra Gadadhara, you uphold conch, disc and club. So that means Krishna was having 4 hands. Most of the time he was special in Dwarka. Not everybody is having 4 hands. He will have 4, sometimes 2, sometimes 4. But here he is called Shankh Chakra Gadadhara. In Braj he is never called Shankh Chakra Gadadhara. Damodar or Vindaksha or Damodar, or lotus side one, Govinda. So they also call him with the Braj names. Yadunandana, son of Vasudeva. So what they are saying? Eshayati savita tvam didrikshur jagatpate mushnan gabhasti chakrena niram chakshushri tigmaguhu. He says, look, this sun is coming to see you, O Lord of the universe, and he is taking away the light from our eyes because of the brilliance around him. And Nidam Chakshushi Tigmagu, his bright rays are making the eyes close. So Gabhasti Chakrena Kiran Jalena. Gabhasti Chakra means the net of light. Nanu Ichanti te margam trilokyam vibudharshabha gyatvad gudham yadushu drashtum tvam yati aja prabhu. So he says that these days the best of the devas, they are always searching the path to you. Means they are all beelining to see you from the Triloki. Why? Because they have come to know that you have appeared here in the midst of the Yadavas. So now this sun is coming to see you, O Lord. So this is what they spoke to Krishna. Manushyam mam surya devo kim didrikshate. So if Krishna says, I am a human being, why should sun god to see me? He is a deva and I am a human, so why should deva come to see a human being? It is human beings who go to see the devas. Iti bhavad ma avadir ityaha. Don't speak like this. Nanu nishchitam, because all the devas are now searching the pathway that leads to your palace. And the word aja is generally used for Brahma, sometimes for Krishna. Ajo sannavyatma bhutanam ishvaropisal. So aja means unborn, but here it is used for son. So Sri Shuka Vacha, when they said like this, then Sukdev spoke. Nishamya bala vachanam prahasyam bujalochanaha prahena sauravirdeva satrajin manina jwalan. So Krishna was not confused when he heard this childish statement of the people. He laughed and he says, this is not sun god. What? He is Satrajit and he is brilliant because he has got this gem. That's all. So don't be confused. So then he is describing about this money. What is the quality of this gem? Satrajit swagriham Śrīmad Kritaya kautuka mangalam pravishya deva sadne manim viprair naveshyat. So then Satrajit went to his house and he did some puja for the gem, and then he went to the temple room, Devasadan, and with the help of the Brahmanas, chanting of the mantras, doing of the yajna, he placed the money on his altar. So that is what he did about the money. Now this money was very special, and that's the cause of the problem. Sometimes precious things can be problematic. Besides jealousy, competition, envy, all types of difficulties come. So dine dine swarna bhara nashtau sa srijati prabho durbhiksha marya rishtani sarpadhi vyadhayo shubha nasanti mayinas tatra yatrastebhyarchito mani. So he says that every day this money produces 8 weights of gold. Every day. How it produces? That's its power. So every day you get gold. You get up in the morning, gold. And wherever this money is worshipped, there will be no durbhiksha, there will be no famine, no lack of food. So all food problems solved. And no mari, there will be no, plague or these big diseases, COVID, etc. So then that will not happen. Arishtani, nothing inauspicious will happen. And there will be no problem from snakes, no mental sickness, no physical disease, nothing wrong, and no cheating. No one can trick you. Nasanti minus tatra yatraste abhyarchito mani. So this money brings all these good qualities. So bhara pramanam, what is this bhara? Bhara literally means weight, but what does it really mean? 8 weights. So he said chaturbhir vrehi bhir gunjam gunjan pancha pana panan ashtau dharnam ashtau chakarsham tans chaturah palam tulam pal satam prahur bhara shad vinsti tula. So if you take 4 barley, previously weight and length were always with the things which are easily available. So if the length they will measure with the hand, fingers, right, like that, with asti, and the weight with the grains. So if you take 4 barley, that is called 1 gunja. If you take 5 gunja, that is called 1 pala. If you take 8 pala, that is called 1 dharana. If you take 8 dharana, that is called 1 karsha. If you take 4 karsha, that is called 1 pala. If you take 100 palas, that is called 1 tula. If you take 20 tula, that is called 1 bhara. So these are the weighing measurements, like you have gram, milligram these days, centigram, kilogram, ton, all this. And Mari means Akal Mrityu. Mari means accidental death. So means there will be no accidents. Arishtani, Arishta is generally problem with the children, like Yaksha, Raksha, they sometimes come and trouble children. The baby goes on crying for no reason. This means some Yaksha, Raksha has come and troubling the baby, that is called Arishta. Sayachito mani kwapi yadurajaya shaurina naivarthakamuka pradad yacha bhangam atarkayam. So then what happened, that one day Krishna went to Satyajit and he said, look, you have this gem. You should give this gem to Ugrasena. Because Ugrasena is the king of Dwarka. Although you never hear about him, but he is the king. So since king should have all the best, and you have such a nice gem, you should donate this to the king. He is our protector, he is our king. It does not look good that you have this gem and he does not have it. So he asked for this to Satyajit. He did not say that better give it, otherwise we will snatch it or anything like that. He gently approached him and asked for it. So he refused. You see, people had, it was not that this was some dictatorship, So democracy, he says, no, it is my property, you cannot take it. So he did not give. Why? Because he was greedy of the gold, that every day I get so much gold. How can I give this? So therefore, he did not care for Krishna's request. That's such a big man. Even if you don't think he is God, but at least he has 4 hands, And he has got Kaustuva gem better than you. But he refused. So this is how human beings are. God gives everything. If God says give this, no, how can I give this? This is mine. So he dared to exercise his freedom. So Yaduraj Ugrasena. Yaduraj means Ugrasena, the king of the Yadus. Tadartham, he asked for his sake, not for himself. Krishna was not bothered about this gem. Yacha bhangam atarkyan, bhagavad yacha bhangen dosham avicharyan. So he did not care that Krishna himself is asking for it and he should give it. And how fortunate he is that Krishna is going to beg him. And he refused. So Bhagavati asamarpya swayam agrabhojina sarva anishtam nivartakam api vastu sarva anishta hetur bhavati. Kyum punah swayam prarthyamane api tasmin asamarpyate. So now he is giving the siddhanta that whatever you have, you should first offer it to Krishna. Tai dattva, tai, what is it? Yo bhungte stena yagya sistansino sante muchyante sarvakil visai bhungte te agam papa ye pachanti atma karanat. So tai datta pradayabhyo yo bhungte stena evasa. So Krishna is even talking about the devas, that they are the one who are giving you. The rain is coming, wind is coming, sun is coming. So you should offer to them and then you take. So if you offer in the yajna and then take, that is called amrita. So amrita, asi. Kevaladi. What is it? Kevaladi, kevalo agho bhavati. When who eats himself, he becomes sinful. In the Upanishad, this statement. So he says, Bhagavati asamarpya swam agra bhojina sarva anishta nivart. So if you enjoy things without offering to Bhagavan, then even if it is most auspicious thing, it will become most inauspicious too. So the same money which he got, he should offer it to Bhagavan, but he did not, so now this itself will become the cause of all the trouble. So vastu sarva anishta hetur bhavati. And what to speak if God himself is asking for it? One should offer without asking. Yat karosi yad asnasi yad johosi dadasi yat yat tapasyasi konte tat kuru samadarpanam. So he himself saying you should do an arpana. Evam pravartitam chakram nanu vartyati. So that is the duty of every human being, to make an offering before using anything. But specifically when he is asking, then he must give. So he did not do that. Kim punasvam prarthamanepi tasmin asamarpya iti suchitam. So therefore this is telling us an important principle of our life, that we should not utilize anything without first offering it to Krishna. If we do that, then we have to face the karma. So yo bhungte stena evasa and bhungte te agham papa. So then this is only sinful. So now how this thing will become problem is being described here. Tam ekda manim kanthe pratimucya mahaprabham praseno hayamaruye mrigya vyacharadvane. So Satrajit had one brother whose name was Prasenjit. So one day he took the money and he put it in his neck and he went to the forest for a picnic. Because his joint property, brother mine, no problem. I can also put the money and everybody looks at me. So he rode on a horse and he went for hunting into the forest. So what happened there, one lion came. Now lion also saw the money. He says, oh, I want it. So he jumped on him, and although he went for hunting, he got hunted himself. So prasenam sahayam hatva manimachidya kesari. This can lion do this? That he came and he killed him and also the horse. And instead of eating the horse, he took the gem and went away. He was a lion or a human being? What lion would do with gem? Gold? He will get gold every day. Now he said that when you have gem, then you don't get accidental death. Right? Just 2 slokas before he said. So here what is happening? So he was killed. Accidental death came. He says no inauspicious thing happened, this, that. Okay, lion wanted a gem, he could have scared him and take the gem. He says, should have said, give me the gem, otherwise I kill you. Right? Give me your money, otherwise I shoot you, like that, mug you, So he could have mugged him. But instead of that, he killed him. So the gem did not protect you. So this is the meaning. That even the gem which is supposed to protect you, people tie gems on their arm. Some people have rings on their fingers, like blue sapphire, yellow sapphire, all these things. 5, you also have one. Some people have all 5, not 5, but at least 4, I've seen. And both hands. So the gem is not going to protect if you don't offer it to God. How gem will protect? So he was not protected. And Girim Visham Jambavata Nihato Manimichata. So now a series of death. So now he is going, then Jamban sees him. Now lion is supposed to be more powerful than bear, right? But the bear kills the lion. Because of the gem. Gem which is supposed to protect you. Even lion gets killed. Is it not strange? And now he takes the gem. And sopi chakre kumarasya manim kridanakam bile. But what is he going to do? He cannot eat the gold, he cannot sell the gold, he is not going to take the gold to the market. People will get scared if he came with the gold, Every day he comes with the gold. And then what do you want? He says, give me bread. So he gave this gem as a toy to his son. And then apashyan bhratram bhrata Satrajit paretapyata. And when Satrajit saw that his brother has not come back, then he lamented a lot that what happened, my brother did not return. So praya krishnena nihato manigriva vanam gata bhrata mameti tachrutva karne ajapanjam. So now the rumor spread. He said that looks like my brother has been killed by Krishna because he had the gem in his neck and Krishna was after the gem. So then he told to some people like that. Then he told, don't tell this to others. So he told another person who said, don't tell this to anybody. I think it is Krishna, because they were scared that he says something. So everybody was saying, don't tell, don't tell. And then suddenly, everybody was saying, don't tell. Then finally the person who has said, don't tell, now somebody is telling him, don't tell. And he says, who told you? Says, this guy. Told you, that guy. And finally realized that he himself has told when he was not supposed to tell. So he says, karne ajapan japa. So from year to year to year. So this is called karne japa. This is a type of japa. Because this is Upansu Japa, that you don't speak loudly. So they were all doing japa into each other's ear, like mantra is given in the ear, right? So like that. So karne karne japan jana. So all the people started doing japa. Krishna killed Prasena and took the gem. He killed. So now Krishna, for nothing, he got the blame. So pratimuchya badhva achidya akrishya jana tatsavasana dushta eva japan. So Vishnu Chakravarti says that these people who were speaking like this, they were not the devotees, but only who were having the same mindset as Satrajit. So I'll stop here if there is any question. Otherwise, Narayanji.
Pranam Guru Maharaj. My question is that here, it is not clear if Satyajit actually knew that Krishna is Bhagavan, number one. And number two is that there is no, Satyajit or Bhagavan, there is no relation, there is no sambandha between Satyajit and Bhagavan that is described here. So even if Bhagavan comes to you and directly asks you for something, then how can you give something away when you really don't even know the person? So I'm having a very hard time understanding this. It's like, from a bhakta's perspective, yes, in hindsight, really the story makes great sense. But if it is happening to us in context, and Bhagavan comes and you don't know who the person is, and he says, give me this, then I would not get. So how is that an offense? I'm not understanding.
So first of all, this story is to be understood in the hindsight only, because it is for us to teach. The idea of the story is to teach us. That is the first point. Second point is, it's not that Satyajit did not know who is Krishna. They all came from Mathura, and Krishna has defeated Jarasandha 17 times. And then 18 times he built Dwarka overnight and he transported them. So even if they don't know that he is God, at least they know that he is not an ordinary human being. They have heard all about his exploits. He killed Kamsa right there. He has killed all the Asuras. So it's not that Satyajit was living in some Port Blair where no news goes. So he has heard all the stories and still he refused.
Maharaji, can I ask one more question? I'm sorry if this is going to sound a little, argumentative, but it's not. I'm really trying to understand this. So he knew that there was this person, Krishna, who did some amazing activities. And he knew he killed this person 17 times and so on. So it still establishes that he only thought of this person as someone great.
Yeah.
So, but Usse, how do we connect that to being Bhagwan?
Okay, not Bhagwan, but still, if you see the custom in India traditionally, then king was treated like God. When kings were ruling, then king was respected like God only. That's why when king came out, everybody will go and have darshan of the king. The king was not just seen like you see politicians these days, and you can come up with a black flag and all that things, So he was only asking for him. Krishna was not asking for himself. He said, look, you have this gem. It would be proper that our king has it. That's all he was saying.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a violation. Is that the offense specifically here could be that because king is supposed to be the Prathinidhi of Bhagwan and representative of God.
That is one thing. Second thing you have to know is that whether you know that Krishna is Bhagwan or he is not Bhagwan, you can still be offensive unknowingly. You can also commit offense without knowing. So that may not be a as grave as you do it knowingly, but still it is an offense. Even if he was not Bhagwan, he was a person who was like a Bhagwan, and he comes to your gate and asking something. I mean, you should give. You should have that much faith that this person has saved all of us from the onslaught. He has so much power, he has built Dwarka. I mean, even if he is not declaring, people will say he is Bhagwan. And then he is coming and asking you something. It's like Prime Minister of the country comes to your house and says, "Can you give your car to me?" And he has done a lot of favor to you. I mean, Krishna has done favor to whole Dwarka. It's not, Prime Minister may not have done any favor to you, but Krishna was not like that. He has given them safe, happy life, free from any anxiety of Kamsa or all these asuras. And he's not troubling anybody.
So somebody who's given protection like that, if that person comes, then it becomes our duty to, then we kind of give it. Because what Krishna is asking is not like a car. He's saying, he's coming to the house and asking the most precious and the most beautiful thing that he has. So I'm asking Guru Maharaj, I'm sorry to harp on this point for some time, because this is a very common thing which is said in many sampradayas these days. Because you hear gurus going out there and saying, this is something we are doing for Bhagwan. And in that spirit I'm trying to understand here, is that
well, don't compare like that, because these people are somebody. Krishna is not somebody like that. Don't think like that. Krishna is very person who was in everybody's life. I mean, try to imagine that somebody attacks the whole city of Bangalore, and everybody's life is in danger.
Yeah.
I mean, if you read the story of the invaders of India, what they did, I don't know if you have read, but they will kill everybody. Exactly what happened in Israel, this has happened in Delhi, in Mathura, so many times. So many times. Their farman, I've read by the Muslim emperors, where they say that I don't want to see any temple anywhere. Where Red Fort is in Delhi, and there is a Chandni Chowk. Just opposite to the Red Fort is Chandni Chowk, which is still a center of economy, and shops are there. This has been there for 700-800 years. So when Shahjahan was ruling, he said that here on this road I don't want to see anything which looks like Hindu houses. So all the temples were destroyed there, and even their houses should not look like a house of Hindu or anything. It was not allowed. So what I'm saying is that Krishna is not somebody just knocking at your door and asking money for a temple or anything like that.
So somebody who has saved your very existence, your very means of sustenance.
So now imagine that some army comes and attacks the whole city of Bangalore. You cannot do anything. They will murder everybody. They will rape. So now someone protects you. And then he's asking, okay, give it to the king. And it is not that if you give it to the king, then you are actually on the street. Obviously, king is going to take care of you.
Yeah. Okay, that really helps. These are very difficult to understand also, Guru Maharaj, because honestly, when I put myself in that position, I don't know if I would give. Because, in hindsight, we are saying we are devotees and all, and that's why if I know that Krishna is coming, maybe I will have the heart to give, I don't know. But I'm just really trying to understand what is that pivot. Unless you really have bhakti, it's very easy to talk and say you will give. And it's easy to even pretend that you're giving, but still not really give.
So therefore, this story is depicting the human mentality only. Otherwise, everybody is a devotee in Dwarka. But this is to show that how we cling on to our possessions. That's what is being depicted in the story.
Understood. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I just had a question, Babaji, about a pastime that I think echoes this. So you know in the Valmiki Ramayana, the sage in the Valmiki Ramayana, the sage Vasishtha had the cow Gamdenu, which also gave unlimited food resources. And when King Vishwamitra came to him and demanded the cow, at that point Vasishtha also refused. So in light of this pastime, should Vasishtha have also refused if the king should have the best of everything? And as we know in the Ramayana, there's a big battle between the two. So in light of this pastime, is this pastime relevant in that situation at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to him. That's what I'm saying. First of all, you cannot compare these two things. And second thing is that king forcibly took the cow. Krishna is not taking it forcibly. So you also have to see the character of the person. Krishna came and he begged for it. And when he refused, he did not preach to him or say anything. He left. So it's not same. But there they take the cow forcibly. And there's a difference. He's a sage, he's a Brahmana, he's living in the forest. Satyajit is a part of the city. He's the subject of the king. Sages were not really subjects of the kings. Kings came and took guidance from them. They did not depend on them. He is a dependent. So I said that they were all protected from Mathura and transported to Dwarka. Vasishtha was not like that. Or Jamdagni, whom Kartavira Arjun did the same thing.
Thank you.
Mohini.
I have just a small question about yesterday's class again, and where it was described, I think it was in shloka number 10, how Rati was acting in a physical attractive manner, and then you mentioned the word bhav. And I was just wondering, because I know this word also from Gujarati language, and I was just wondering if this is a Sanskrit word or a Hindi word?
The Sanskrit hav and bhav. Bhav you know.
Yes.
There's another word called hav.
And that has the same meaning as bhav.
It's not same, it's different but similar. Okay.